everybody, and welcome to Rega Bivrit. My name is Rabbi Dr. Yitzchak Shapira, and I'm so glad you are here in the rain, snow, sleet, ice to study and learning a word in Hebrew, a moment in Hebrew. This week we are in Parashat Mishpatim. Now it's important to always look at the continuity of what came before the Torah portion and after the Torah portion. In the last Torah portion, the Bnei Israel received the Torah. They had this experience on Mount Sinai. And here in this Torah portion this week, God is diving into the details of specifically the second set of tablets. Love your neighbor as yourself. So the second part of the 10 words have to deal with the horizontal relationship with one another. By the way, the word is not aseret mitzvot, the 10 commandments. It's aseret adibrot. The word dibrot, the word davar, the 10 utterances, the 10 words. Now the one thing that I want you to understand is when God created the heaven and the earth, He created it with 10 utterances. And here God is giving 10 utterances again to the children of Israel because He's recreating in essence the heaven and the earth. It's a new beginning to the humanity through the Torah. And in this week portion, it starts with the word ve'ele mishpatim. And this is very important. This word mishpat is rooted in the letter shin, pei, tet, shafat, shofet, judgment, rulings that have to do with the horizontal relationship that we have with one another. So the entire thing about mishpat and mishpatim is about an horizontal relationship that we are to have with one another. And it starts with the word vehele mishpatim. This is important because God is giving them those big 10 utterances, and now God says, now let me tell you everything that you need to know in the details. Sometimes people say, well, all what I need to know to do is love God and love my neighbors. So let's understand this. We are loving God, that's the first 5 commandments, and we're loving our neighbors, that's the second 5 commandments. Then we have the 10. 5 is loving God and 5 is loving our neighbors. And then we have all 613. And all 613 mitzvot are falling under either vertical relationship and horizontal relationship. Now the question becomes, why does God chooses the very first thing to do is to deal with the horizontal relationship rather than the vertical relationship? Well, Yeshua teaches us, just as we see here in the Torah, that if one have a sin or offense against his brother, it's better to leave his altar, the gift at the altar, and go to reconcile with his own brother. You see, friends, the horizontal relationship always comes before the vertical relationship. And that's why Parashat Mishpatim is so important, because the entire portion is dealing with the horizontal relationship that we are to have with one another. Now, there is a word here in the Torah portion that I found to be very important, very significant for us today, is say, Lo tisa. This is in chapter 23, verse 1. Lo tisa shema shav al tashet yadecha im rasha liyot ad chamas. This is an important verse, and I want to deal with this because to me this is a foundation verse for all of us. He say Lo tisa shema shav, which is important. You are not to carry listening for things that are in essence can be portrayed as negative. Anything that could be attributed as something that is negative, you and I are not to partake in this. Al tashet yadecha im rasha. Do not associate yourself with anything evil. Scripture says to us that we are not even to associate yourself with things that can be appearance of evil. Here Torah teaches us exactly the same thing. Lo tiyeh achrei rabim lirot. You are not to take the word rabim. Rab is the counsel of the multitude that can be negative. Don't stand with evil. Torah come to teach us something very important about evil. It's used the word ra here and multiple times. Do not associate yourself with the multitudes if they are going to the evil. It's better to be a minority and to be in a righteousness, to be with the multitude and take upon yourself this position. And here it says also, okay, very important, I want you to notice, lo teteh mishpat evyonecha beribo. When you look at a person, and this is as important mitzvah here in the text, when you look at a person and you judge a person and you try to assess, do not look at a person's socio-economic condition as the ground to judging whether the person or not the person is right or the person is wrong. We must look and evaluate each individual, not upon what he look like, upon what he dress, and it's difficult because we all do that. We are to judge a person only based upon his own behavior, friend, and this is important for all of us to understand. Veshochad lo tikach. We are forbidden against the Torah to take any sort of bribery, emotional bribery, spiritual bribery, physical bribery. Bribery is not allowed for us to take. So here is the upshot for us today. If we are to follow Torah and take the Torah in Naaseh v'Nishma, that's why this portion is so important. It is paramount for each and every one of us to put the relationship, especially at what the Torah called the Ein Tova, the good eye, before anything else. If you want to live according to Torah, look at one another through the eyes of merit and not through the eyes of judgment. This, friends, is basis for all of Torah. This is Rega Bivrit for this week. God bless you. See you next week. Shalom, everybody.